Now the Chinese Juniper variety Blaaws has been a very popular line on our nursery this year. It was with great difficulty that we could get a contract grower to produce these for us. Look at them, they're every bit 45 centimeter tall now, and they're almost impossible to get. They may have the juvenile foliage, but believe you me, it's no different from the Kisu Chinese juniper. And they come usually either with single trunk or multi-trunk, but whatever it is, you can have so much option to do different styles. The cascade style is possible, and you can also do the proverbial informal upright or S shape. Let's begin by doing the S shape. We always begin by taking it out of the flower pot, and then we will scrape away the soil from around the trunk to reveal the trunk, because there's invariably quite a lot of trunk below the soil surface. Don't remove all the soil. Sometimes I've noticed people who come on my classes, they get so enthusiastic, they remove all the soil from the root ball. You must never do that. That will stress the tree. Just remove it from around the trunk. I'm just trying to reveal the trunk. And you can see the lovely root base, or nibari, what they call. And I'm going to make it into an S shape. You notice that these two branches, or three branches, are almost the same thickness. This is typical of the way Chinese junipers grow. So when they're grown like this, you've got to select what you want and create the branches as you wish. So with this one, I'm not going to use these very low branches. They could have been used as sacrificials, but I'm not going to do that. I'm now going to wire these two. These are fairly similar thickness, so I will use that. And I'm going to use 2.5 mil wire. 2.5 mil should do it. So enough, you will get enough wire in the kit. This is a slightly more expensive thing because Chinese juniper is a highly sought after tree. So we're going to wire two branches with this single piece of wire. In fact, after a bit of consideration, I think the 2.5 mil may not do the job. I may need to go to 3 mil. Okay, let's give it the benefit of the doubt. You will get 2.5 or 3 mil wire. So I'm going to wire two branches which are fairly similar in thickness. I'm choosing two branches which are fairly similar. And then take it up to the top one, which is the main one. I can already see two other pairs which are crying out to be wired, but let's do this first. So all you have to do is wrap it around, but be careful not to trap these little small branches. They will become bigger branches. They grow very rapidly, so you get results very quickly. Every time I make these for a demonstration, the trees get sold because people always ask to buy them. Okay, so that is the first two. And then there's another pair which is fairly similar thickness. Now I can now use the, no, I will use still the, I think it's 2.5 or 3. Remember what I said about finding pairs. As long as you find pairs, that should be okay. I just found another pair which is better suited. If you didn't want to cut these long shoots off, you can just let them grow. It'll make the tree bigger. And there's now, oh yes, there's still another pair, but it's not the same thickness, so I will do a 2-branch, wiring one branch, but I will wire it to an existing branch that has been wired. So even if you have just one branch on its own, you can always apply the 2-branch principle by doing it this way. That means find one branch that you've already wired and hook it onto that and wire it up. Okay, I wired the main branches. Now let's arrange it into the informal upright S shape. Every other loose branch you find around, if you wire them up, you can't go wrong by doing that. You notice that as far as I can help, I'm not using bonsai tools. I'm just using ordinary Felco or garden secateurs. Bonsai tools are useful, but if you don't want to use them, you don't have to. As you get more advanced, you can use bonsai tools, but for the time being, just use ordinary garden tools. I can see I'm not doing my business any service because I'm not able to sell tools by telling you that, but it's just to give you the satisfaction of just using ordinary garden tools. Now I find another long branch, so every visible branch that you think can be wired, just wire. If you wire everything, you can then arrange it as you wish. So I've created the main S shape there. There are lots of branches. As I said, if you didn't want to cut any of this off, just put it back in a big flower pot or a big bonsai training pot and grow it on, and you will get a larger bonsai. You can certainly get a larger bonsai straight away. Now this has not been wired. Let me just show you what I mean. I'm just going to wire that top a little more because I ran out of that very thick wire. I didn't need the thick wire anyway. I'm just hooking it to one of these branches that have already been wired, and I'm going to extend it to the top. Extending to the top like that. So the 2-branch principle is used. See, I'm hooking it to this small branch, and with this thin wire I'm taking it all the way to the top because I want to give it just an extra little S at the top. So with that wire I've been able to do that. You can wire all these as well if you wish. So that would be a very credible bonsai to grow on big, but if you didn't want to grow it so big, you can reduce the long shoots, shorten the long shoots, then they become more compact, you get more ramification, and there you are. You have the start of a very credible Chinese juniper bonsai. Juniper bonsai cost a lot to buy because the imported Chinese junipers are very expensive. It is the most popular and sought after species in bonsai at the moment. And the Blaaws is just another Chinese juniper. It is very similar to Kisu. As I've told you on many of my other videos, when a Blaaws is grown well, you just cannot tell the difference between that and the true Chinese juniper. Now I'm going to use a slightly deeper and bigger plastic bonsai pot, and this is what you will get in the kit, like so, and that is the Blaaws juniper planted up. You can just put back the original soil that came out of the pot, And that's complete. I'm just going to show you another one because I said to you that these Blaaws juniper come in so many different shapes. So this one, it had so many different trunks, I made a cascade with it. Can you see the difference? Exactly the same, but I made a long branch or the leader cascading down. So you can create a cascade as well. So the Blaaws is such a versatile tree. So this is another useful kit that you can buy through our website.